Let's talk about 5 common manipulations in relationships. You might ask me why focus on only 5 types. Surely there are more. And yes, there are, but honestly, even 5 is a lot. One is enough to put someone on a roller coaster of self-doubt and guilt. Hi, I'm Darina, a practicing therapist in Australia. Let's get started. Today we are diving into 5 of the most common manipulations partners use in relationships. We'll look at how to spot them early and what you can do to avoid falling for them. And the first manipulation, called the virtue mask. This manipulation is most commonly associated with men, but anyone can really use it. It hides behind the mask of doing the right thing. Here is how it works. Your partner appeals to your sense of morality or values, making you feel guilty if you don't agree with them. Imagine they've been earning less money lately, not because they lost their job, but because they've stopped putting the effort or aren't looking for a new job. Naturally, you are concerned, so you bring it up, wanting to discuss finances openly. Instead of addressing your worry, they flip the script, saying something like, "You used to love me more when I was earning well. Now that I'm not, you don't care. You're so heartless and materialistic." See what's happening here? They're turning a practical conversation into a moral judgment about you. They're not lazy in their mind, they're just misunderstood, and you are the one lacking compassion. This manipulation works especially well on empathetic people who value fairness, as it's designed to make you question yourself rather than their behavior. By reframing your valid concerns as a lack of loyalty or love, they avoid responsibility. How to handle this? Don't fall into the trap of defending yourself or proving you are caring. Instead, bring the focus back to the issue and to their reluctance to step up. You might say, "This isn't about my feelings for you, it's about us working as a team." If they're unwilling to discuss it maturely, it might be time to reconsider the partnership. And manipulation number 2 is attacking self-esteem. This one is particularly damaging because it targets people with self-esteem issues, which is a common vulnerability. Here's how it plays out. Your partner might say something like, "Who else would want you?" Insert you are two, and here you can insert your own insecurity. Or they'll bring up some limitations you have, making you feel like you're lucky to have them. But it doesn't always come off so obviously. Often this manipulation is wrapped in concern. They might say, "I'm only telling you this for your own good. With your situation, it would be tough for you to manage alone. You should just stick with me and do things my way." In reality, this is control disguised as care, making you feel like they're looking out for you, even though they're actually undermining your confidence and independence. This tactic is all about control. By chipping away at your self-worth, they make you feel as though you'd struggle without them. People who fall into this trap might think, "Maybe they're right, maybe I do need them," because even the most confident person, if told things like that every day, will eventually believe it. But here is the truth. A partner who genuinely cares will build you up, not make you feel small. If you find yourself doubting your worth because of things your partner says, take a step back and ask yourself, would someone who loves me make me feel this way? Or, even more powerfully, ask yourself, would I do this to someone I love and care about? Try to repeat their words out loud and see how ridiculous they sound. A healthy relationship is one where you feel safe and valued, not insecure. And manipulation number 3, called the eternal victim. When we think of manipulators, we often picture someone calculating and deceptive, but manipulation isn't always a conscious act. Many people who manipulate don't even realize they're doing it. One classic example, the suffering partner, the one who plays the victim in every situation. This is the person who believes they've been dealt an unfair hand in life. They might say things like, "I was born in the wrong time, wrong family, wrong circumstances. If only things had been different, I'd be doing so much better." Their life is full of if only scenarios. And if you're a nurturing or rescuer type, this can be incredibly seductive. You might think, "I can help them. I can be the one to make things right." and suddenly you are putting in all this emotional labor, trying to help them reach their potential or make them feel better. But here is the reality. They're not actually interested in changing. This cycle of complaint and passivity is comfortable for them, and they're not planning to give it up. In the end, it's a mutual trap. They get to feel taken care of and you get to feel needed. But over time, you'll likely feel drained and unappreciated, because in a healthy relationship, the dynamic is give and take. However, in this type of relationship, that won't be the case. They're literally going to drain your time, your energy, your emotional stability, giving nothing in return. After all, how could you ask anything of them when they're already so beaten by life that you wouldn't dare ask them to help with your problems? The best thing you can do, don't get caught up in their narrative. Support is one thing, but if they're not willing to make an effort to improve their life, there is not on you to fix. I love this expression. I want to hear about your problems just once. The rest of the time, I want to hear about solutions. If your partner has these victim-like tendencies, this could be your life motto. And manipulation number 4, called the emotional roller coaster. One day they're warm and affectionate, and the next day they're distant or even disappear. This manipulation relies on keeping you emotionally off balance. People who struggle with low self-esteem often use this hot and cold tactic, though they might not even realize it. When they feel secure, they come close. When they feel insecure, they pull away. Consequently, this behavior shakes your self-esteem as well, since most of the time you can't put your finger on it or understand what you did or didn't do to deserve this treatment. Here's how it works. They shower you with attention, making you feel special and cherished. Then, out of nowhere, they pull back. Maybe they don't call or become distant, leaving you wondering what you did wrong. And then, just as you're about to give up on them, they return, apologizing or acting as if nothing happened. People with their own self-esteem issues are particularly vulnerable to this manipulation. Their highs feel amazing, and the lows make you crave that affection again, creating an addictive cycle. But here's the thing, this behavior has nothing to do with you and everything to do with their own instability. If you recognize this pattern, take a step back and remind yourself that love isn't supposed to feel like a roller coaster. A stable relationship is built on consistency, not guesswork. Set boundaries and don't be afraid to say, I need consistency, or I can't keep doing this. And manipulation number 5 is about using past hurt as an excuse. This is a common one and it can be hard to see at first. Here's how it goes. Your partner tells you that their ex hurt them, betrayed them, or treated them badly, and that's why they're not ready to commit fully. They might say they're not ready to introduce you to their friends or family or to take the next step in the relationship. The message is clear. I'm holding back because I'm still healing. If you have a rescuer mentality, you might think, I'll be the one to help them heal. But here's the reality. If they're using their past as a shield, it's often a way to avoid deeper commitment without looking like a bad guy or a bad girl. The truth is, healing from past pain is something they should work on themselves, ideally with the help of a therapist. It's not your job to fix their broken heart or prove that you are better than their ex. Ask yourself, are they actively working on these issues, or are they using them as a convenient excuse? If they're not taking steps to address their wounds, that's a red flag that they might be using to hold you at arm's length. If any of these manipulations sound familiar, it's time to evaluate your relationship. Manipulation can be subtle and it's often hard to spot when you're emotionally involved. Remember, healthy love is built on respect, trust, and equality. If you're feeling drained, confused, or constantly second-guessing yourself, that's not love, it's control. Take care of yourself, be kind to those around you, and I'll see you in the next video.